Welcome to the online class of contemporary taxation. Today we are conducting our 30th lecture and I'm your instructor Saba Naqvi. आज हम अपना नया चैप्टर स्टार्ट करेंगे जो है इनकम फ्रॉम बिजनेसेस चैप्टर 9। सबसे पहले डेफिनेशन है बिजनेसेस की। बिजनेसेस क्या होता है? टर्म बिजनेसेस इंक्लूड एनी ट्रेड, कॉमर्स, मैन्युफैक्चर, प्रोफेशन, एडवेंचर और vocations or concern in such which does not mean include any employment. Income from businesses, the following income of person other than exempt income shall be charged with tax as the income from businesses. Speculation businesses, इनकम फ्रॉम बिजनेसेस में आगे जो है प्रॉफिट ऑन डेट, लीज अमाउंट, डिविडेंड इनकम फ्रॉम म्यूचुअल फंड. Profit on debt, where the business of person to earn such profit and such shall be to the taxed under the head of businesses, not under the head of income from other sources. Lease amount, where the leaser being a scheduled bank or an investment bank or an development finance institution or mudarba or a leasing company had leased out any assets in the ownership of leased or not through the lease, then such amount received in the connection or to lease arrangement shall be treated as business income to the leaser. Dividend income from mutual fund, any amount received by banking company or non-banking finance company for distribution by the mutual fund or the permanent equity venture capital fund out of its income from profit on debt shall be treated as business income, not as income from other sources. Speculation businesses is the considering separate from non-speculation business. The profit and gain arising from the speculation business for a tax year shall be included in the person income chargeable to the tax under the head income from businesses. The loss arising from the speculation business carried on the person shall be set off only against the income of the person from other than speculation businesses of the person chargeable to the tax for the year. As the same is treated as separate and distinct from any other businesses carried on by the person. Speculation businesses mean any business in which the contract from the purchase and sale of any commodity is made otherwise other than by the actual delivery and transfer of commodity, but does not include contract to guard against future loss in the price of goods manufactured for sales and actual delivery, holding of stock and the share or contract to to guard against the loss that may be raised due to the forward market and stock exchange related to the jobbing and arbitrage not included in the speculation businesses. Deduction in computing income chargeable under the head income from businesses. Number 1 है इसमें expenditure incurred wholly and exclusively for businesses. A person shall allow deduction in the respect of expenditure incurred wholly and the exclusively for the businesses then that are covered under the main profit and loss head, for example cost of sale, administrative and the sale expenses. The use of animals for businesses, second point है इसका, where the animal which has been used for the purpose of businesses or profession other than as the stock inherited and dead become permanently useless in the difference between the actual cost of the animals and the amount then they realize in the respect of crisis of animals. Third point is the special provisions regard normal depreciation, initial allowance and the amortization of intangible asset. Where the expenditure is incurred in the acquiring a depreciable assets or an intangible with a useful life for more than 1 year or in expenditure, the person must depreciate and amortize the expenditure incurred with. फोर्थ पॉइंट इसका है जी लीगल फाइनेंशियल एंड एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव एक्सपेंडिचर ऑन amalgamation. Expenditure incurred by the amalgamate company on the legal and financial advisory services other than the administrative costs related to the amalgamation shall be allowed as expenditure. Fifth point is the entertainment expenditure. Entertainment expenditure include meals, refreshment, and reasonable leisure facilities as per norms, and the customers of the businesses in Pakistan related directly to the businesses on satisfaction of the following condition. Number one condition is the expenditure incurred outside Pakistan on entertainment where the such expenditure related to the head office expenditure. Second point is the expenditure incurred in Pakistan on the entertainment of foreign customers and suppliers, customers, and client at the premises. Third point is the expenditure incurred on entertainment as a meeting, shareholder, agent, director, or employment. And fourth one is the expenditure incurred and on entertainment at the opening of the branches. Agricultural products used as a raw material. This rule applied to a person who is cultivator to a receiver of agricultural product as rent in the kind and who use agricultural product rises or receive a raw material in a businesses, the income from which is chargeable to the tax under the head income from businesses. Taxable income is equal to tax income less market value of the agricultural products used in a businesses as the raw material. Only the market value of agricultural products is deducted, and no further deduction shall be made in the respect of any expenditure incurred by the taxpayer as cultivator or as receiver of the rent in kind. The market value shall be computed as under. Number one is the where the product is the ordinary sold in the market. Where the product is the ordinary sold in the market, either in the raw state or after application of any process required to make product fit to be taken to the market, then the market value shall be determined on the date of use. Second is the where the product is not ordinarily sold in the market, the aggregate of expenses and on the cultivation and the land revenue and the rent paid for the area in which it is grown. Scientific research expenditure. A person shall be allowed deduction on the account of scientific research expenditure incurred in the Pakistan wholly and exclusively for the businesses is admissible. Scientific research means any activity undertaken in Pakistan in the field of nature and the applied sciences for the development of human knowledge. Scientific research expenditure means that any expenditure incurred by a person on scientific research within Pakistan for the purpose of development. The person businesses include any contribution of the scientific research institution to undertake the scientific research for the purpose of person businesses and other than expenditure incurred. Number one is the equation of any depreciable assets or tangible assets, the equation of acquisition of any movable property, and for the purpose of ascertaining the existence, location, exact, and quality of natural deposit. 8 point is the employment, training, and facilities. A person shall be allowed a deduction of any expenditure other than capital expenditure incurred in the tax year in the respect of the education institution or hospital in Pakistan establishment for the benefit of employees and their dependents. Institution in Pakistan, the establishment for the training of industrial worker recognized aid or the run by the federal government or provincial government and the local government. And third one is the training of any person as a citizen of Pakistan is connection with the scheme approved by the board. Ninth point is the profit on debt, financing cost, and lease payment. Profit on debt. The profit on debt in the tax year to extent that the process is benefit for the debt used for the businesses purposes. Any amount is incurred in the tax year to the mudarba participation term certificate holders for funding borrowing and used for the businesses purpose. Any amount incurred by the scheduled bank in the tax year or the profit or loss sharing account or deposit with the bank as a distribution profit. Next is financial cost. Financial cost of the securitization of the receivable incurred by an originator in the tax year from the special purpose vehicle, being the difference between the amount received by the originator and the amount of receivables securitized from special purpose vehicles. Lease rent, lease payment. Lease rent means lease rent expenses for the tax year to the scheduled bank, financial institution, approved mutarba, and provide leasing company or a special purpose vehicle on the behalf of originator or for use for any assets from businesses purpose. Bad debt. A person shall be allowed on deduction for bad debt in a tax year of the bad debt which were the previously included in the income or in respect from money lended by the financial institution have now been written off and reasonable grounded exists that they cannot be recovered. The amount to allow a deduction of tax year shall not be exceeded the amount of the debt written off in the amount of the person in the tax year. Recovery of bad debt. If there is any recovery from after allowing bad debt out the allowed portion of bad debt and the recovery has been accounted for in the book of account for accounting person, then the same shall be ignored for computation to taxable businesses income in the tax year in which the recovery shall be made. Next one is the deduction not allowed. 7th point is the deduction not allowed. Deduction shall be allowed in computing in the income of person under the head income businesses and head businesses income in the respect of following expenses. And number 1 is the any cases charge on profit rate and tax paid or payable in Pakistan or foreign country that is life and asset as percentage on the business profit exception separately given. Any amount of tax deducted from any amount derived by the person. Expenditure. Entertainment expenditure shall not be allowed users related directly to the businesses and the following limit space specified. Expenditure incurred outside Pakistan entertainment where the expenditure related the head office expenditure. Expenditure incurred in Pakistan on entertainment for foreign customer and suppliers, customer and client as businesses premises. Any contribution made by the person to the fund that is not recognized provident fund, approved pension fund, and approved suspension fund, approved gratuity fund. नेक्स्ट क्लास में इसके आगे पॉइंट्स हैं टैक्स चार्जेबल एंड लाइबली पेड टू द गवर्नमेंट पेनल्टी एंड फाइन certain payment to the member of by an association of person. ये हम नेक्स्ट क्लास में डिस्कस करेंगे. थैंक यू.